It's the divisional round of the NFL playoffs, and here are my predictions for this week. But first, how did I do last week? In the wildcard round, in wins and losses, I went a perfect 6-0, and against the spread, I also went 6-0. And before getting into the video, please make sure you subscribe so you don't miss any future uploads. So kicking off the week on Saturday, we have the 12-5 Bills versus the 14-3 Broncos. The Bills are coming off a 27-24 win over the Jaguars, and this was a great back and forth game, and all across the league, the wildcard round was very competitive and very close. Entering the fourth quarter of that game, Buffalo was up 13-10. Then early on in the quarter, Trevor Lawrence hit Parker Washington for a 6-yard touchdown to take a 4-point lead. Then with 8:56 left in the fourth, Josh Allen hit Dalton Kincaid for a 15-yard touchdown and took a 20-17 lead. Then with 4 minutes and 3 seconds left in the fourth, Trevor Lawrence hit Travis Etienne Jr. for a 14-yard touchdown. Then with a minute and 4 seconds left in the game, Josh Allen did a QB sneak for 1 yard and got the touchdown. Then on the very next play for the Jaguars, Trevor Lawrence threw an interception, and that was the game. So Josh Allen went 28 of 35, 273 yards and a touchdown, while also running for 33 yards and 2 touchdowns. Then their leading rusher was James Cook with 46 yards, and Khalil Shakir had 12 receptions and 82 yards. And on defense, they had a sack and 2 interceptions. Then the Broncos are coming off a first-round bye, and they're entering the playoffs extremely hot, winning 13 out of their last 14 games. And the Broncos are one of the best teams at home this season at 8-1. And Buffalo's also a hot team, winning 6 out of their last 7 games. But they are entering this game with a bunch of injuries. Their wide receiver Gabe Davis is out for the season with a torn ACL. Then Jordan Poyer will also miss this game with a hamstring injury. Then another one of their receivers, Tyrell Shavers, is questionable with a knee injury. And Dalton Kincaid is questionable with a lower leg injury. And after that Jaguars game, he was in a walking boot. This should be an extremely close game, and I can see it going either way. And that's not even for this game, that's all across the AFC. I could see any of those 4 AFC teams making the Super Bowl. But for this game, the Bills have one of the best offenses in the NFL, and they have the best quarterback left in the playoffs. And the Broncos have a top 3 defense all season long, and you can argue they have the best defense in the NFL. They led the NFL this season with 68 sacks, and they're allowing just the second least amount of yards per game. But even though they have one of the top defenses in the NFL, their offense is pretty inconsistent. And in Bo Nix's first career playoff game last season, they actually played the Bills and lost 31-7. So I think this game's going to come down to the better quarterback play, and that's going to be Josh Allen. So I have the Bills winning. Then the 12-5 49ers versus the 14-3 Seahawks. The 49ers are coming off a 23-19 win over the Eagles, and Brock Purdy went 18 of 31 with 262 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions. Then on a trick play in the fourth quarter, Juwan Jennings had a 29-yard touchdown pass, and Christian McCaffrey led the team with 48 yards rushing, while also having 6 receptions, 66 yards, and 2 touchdowns, and Demarcus Robinson led the team with 6 receptions, 111 yards, and a touchdown. Then the Seahawks are coming off a first-round bye, and they're also one of the hottest teams in the NFL, winning 11 out of their last 12 games. Even though the 49ers have had a ton of injuries this season, they've been able to overcome that. They've won 7 out of their last 8 games, and they're in the divisional round of the playoffs. But they did lose George Kittle for the season last week with a torn Achilles, and D. Winters and Ricky Pearsall are still questionable this week. In their 2 matchups this season, the first being in week 1, the 49ers won the game 17-13. Then their second matchup was week 18, and the Seahawks won that game 13-3. And with that injury to George Kittle, I feel like the 49ers are going to have to lean on Christian McCaffrey even more this game. And the Seahawks defense is just so good. They've now gone 26 consecutive games without allowing a 100-yard rusher. So with that said, I have the Seahawks winning, but the 49ers covering the 7.5 point spread. Then moving over to Sunday, we have the 12-5 Texans versus the 14-3 Patriots. The Texans are coming off a 30-6 win over the Steelers. And I feel like this game was much closer than the final score. Like entering the fourth quarter, the Texans were up just 7-6, and they ended up having a field goal, 2 defensive touchdowns, and a rushing touchdown. And overall, CJ Stroud went 21 of 32, 250 yards, a touchdown, and an interception. Then Woody Marks had 112 yards rushing and a touchdown. And Christian Kirk had a massive game with 8 receptions, 144 yards, and a touchdown. And on defense, they had 4 sacks, including a 50-yard pick six and a fumble recovery for a touchdown. Then the Patriots are coming off a 16-3 win over the Chargers, and Drake May went 17 of 29, 268 yards, a touchdown, and an interception, and he also led the team with 66 yards rushing. Then Ramondre Stevenson had a big game with 53 yards rushing, while also leading the team with 3 receptions and 75 yards. And on defense, they had 6 sacks and held the Chargers to just 3 points. Entering this game, these are arguably the 2 hottest teams in the NFL. The Texans are entering this game winning 10 games in a row, while the Patriots are entering this game winning 13 out of their last 14. But both teams have star players potentially out with concussions, with the Texans having Nico Collins questionable, and the Patriots having Christian Gonzalez questionable. The Texans have one of the best defenses in the NFL, and they have a good offense, but it's not great. While the Patriots have more of a balanced team, but they have the better quarterback in Drake May, and their defense just dominated the Chargers. Overall, I could see this game going either way, and I think it's going to be pretty close, but I still have the Patriots winning and covering the 3-point spread. Then finally, the 12-5 Rams versus the 11-6 Bears. The Rams are coming off a very close win, 34-31 over the Panthers, and Matt Stafford went 24 of 42 with 304 yards, 3 touchdowns, and an interception. Then Kyren Williams had 57 yards rushing, and Puka Nacua had a big game with 14 yards rushing and a touchdown, while also having 10 receptions, 111 yards, and a touchdown. But also in that game, Matt Stafford injured his index finger on his throwing hand, and he is on the injury report as questionable, but he is going to play this week. But I think that is a factor that could play into the outcome of this game, especially if he hits that hand again or takes a big hit. So I think that's just something to keep in mind. And the Bears are coming off a great comeback win, 31-27 over the Packers, and they were down 21-3 at halftime, and they were even down by 11 late into the fourth quarter. And overall, Caleb Williams went 24 of 48, 361 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions. Then DeAndre Swift had 54 yards rushing and a touchdown, and Colston Loveland had 8 receptions and 137 yards. Just overall this season, the Bears have been very good, and Caleb Williams has just been very good in the fourth quarter this season. And another factor in this game is the weather, and it's supposed to just be 17 degrees in Chicago on Sunday, and with the Rams coming in from LA, that could be a big advantage for the Bears. So I think it's going to be another close game, and I have the Bears winning. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and subscribe. Goodbye.